welcome you all. I am Karthik Gupta. Today we are going to discuss the topic line graph. Line graph is nothing but they are going to represent the data in the different format. In the format of line, they are going to represent. During the time of cricket, you may have seen the line graphs. Okay, they are going to show you the analysis of their batting or the analysis of their bowling through the line graph. Okay, so it's a very simple representation of the data and very easy to analyze. Okay, so in most of the times in the line graph, they are going to ask you the question like this: how much percentage is increase, how much percentage is decrease. Okay, so similar type of bar chart, similar type of pie chart and similar type of data table, you can expect the questions in the line graph. Again, in the line graph, you can expect the questions based on the percentage. In percentage, again, how much percentage is increased, how much percentage is decreased, and what is the percentage. Next, they are going to ask you the questions based on average, and next they are going to ask you the question based on ratio. Okay, so see here, they are going to ask you the questions based on the percentage. They are going to ask you the questions based on percentage. They are going to ask you the questions based on average, A is equal to S by N, and they are going to ask you the questions based on ratio, X is to Y. So you people already know so what type of percentages they are going to ask. So one is normal percentage, next one is percentage increase and percentage decrease. So these three varieties, again average, sum by N and ratio, X is to Y. In detail already we have discussed how to solve these type of problems in bar chart, pie chart and data table. I believe that you people have not required again to explain these things in detail. Okay, so let us go to the problems directly. Before going to the problems, let me clear again, you have to be good in calculating the percentage values, you have to be good in addition, and you have to be good in multiplication as well as the division. If you are good in these things, means you can solve any type of problem, and you should know the value of the fractions and their respective percentage values. For example, 1 by 2, 50%, 1 by 5, 20%, 1 by 9, 11.11%. Like this, you should know each and every percentage value for the respective fractions. If those values are in the tip of your tongue, then you could be able to solve all the varieties of problems in the line graph. Okay, so let's go to the problems. Problem number one. Study the following graph carefully to answer the questions. Percent rise in production over the years. Okay, they have given the percent rise in the production over the years. Okay, now for how many years is the percent rise more than 100? Okay, for how many years is the percent rise more than 100? Problem number one. For how many years is the percent rise more than 100? See, you have to observe the question properly. They are not asking you to calculate the percentage rise with respect to the previous year. Okay, with respect to the 1999, whether in the data in the 2000 is increased more than 100% or not. So these type of questions they are not asking. Properly you have to observe the questions. What they are asking is, in how many years is the percent rise more than 100? Means more than 100% in how many years you have. Okay, so more than 100% means you have in the year 2002. In the year 2002, you have 120% rise. You have 120% rise. More than 100% they are asking, but in 2003 you have exact 100, so that data cannot be taken because they are asking us to consider more than 100% rise. So therefore 2004, it is 120 again. Next 2005, it is 130. Next 2006, it is 140. So all these 4 years we have the data more than 100%. Okay, so 2002, 4, 5, 6. So all together you have 4 years. So 4 years is the right answer. In the option you don't have that 4 years, so the answer is none of these. So the answer is none of these. Very simple. You have to consider the data which it is more than 100% rise. So in the year 2002, 2004, 2005 and 2006, the data which is increased is more than 100%. So in the 4 years you have the data which is increased more than 100%. So the answer is none of these according to the options. Okay. So the answer is none of these. Fine. Let's go to the next problem. Problem number 2. Problem number 2. What is the average of the percent rise over the year? See, you have to calculate the average. Okay, over the years means from 1999 to 2006, you have to calculate the average. So average is equal to sum by n. So you have to calculate the sum of the given years. Okay, so 1999 40, 2050, 2001 40. So like that you add all the data. So 40 plus 50 plus 40. So 40 plus 50 plus 40 plus 120 plus 100 plus 120 plus 130 plus 140 plus 140 divided by how many years? How many years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 divided by 8 years. So which is equal to sum you have to calculate 40 plus 50 90, 90 plus 40 130, 130 plus 120 you have to calculate. So 130 plus 120 is nothing but 250 plus 100 350, again 100 450, 450 plus 20 470, 470 plus 130 570 plus 30 600 and 140. So you are going to get 740. You are going to get 740. So that is the total. So 740 divided by 8. 740 divided by 8. So 8 9s are 72. 8 9s are 72. 2 carry over. 8 2s are 16. 8 5s are 40. 8 2s are 16. 8 5s are 40. So 92.5 is the average. So 92.5, option D is the right answer. See here, these type of problems you can expect in the clerical level exams. Okay, very simple. You have to calculate the sum of the values and you have to divide it by the total number of values. The total number of values are 8. So 740 divided by 8, it is 92.5. Very simple to calculate. Okay, so let's go to the next problem. Problem number 3. Problem number 3. For how many years is the percent rise lower than the average of the percent rise over the given years? See here, in the previous problem, we had calculated the average percent rise. So the average percent rise is equal to sum by n. So sum was 740. So divided by 8, so which is equal to 8 9s are 72, 8 2s are 16, 8 5s are 40. So 92.5 is the average percent rise. Okay, so now you have to calculate for how many years. So it is lower than the average, means the years should be lower than 92.5. So consider 1999. Yes, it is 40 less than 92.5. 40 less than 92.5. Next 2000 data, so that is 50 less than 92.5. Next again 40 less than 92.5. Other than these three values, each and every value is more than 92.5. But in the question they have asked us to consider only the values which is less than the average percent rise. So the average percent rise is 92.5. So we have to consider the values which is less than 92.5. So we have three data, that is 40, 50 and 40, 1999, 2000 and 2001. So for these 3 years we have the data which is less than the average percent rise. So therefore answer is 3. Option D. We have 3 years. We have 3 years. Option D is the right answer. Okay. So let's go to the next problem. Problem number 4. Problem number 4. For which of the given years is the percent rise from the previous, with respect to the previous year you have to consider. Okay. From the previous year was the least. Okay. Years 2001 and 2003 not to be considered. 2001 and 2003, it is not increased but it is decreased. Because of that reason we should not consider. Okay, but For which of the given years is the percent rise was the least with respect to the previous year? With respect to previous year data, you have to compare. See here, 2000. So how much it is increased with respect to previous year? See here, 2000 data if you consider, 2000 data if you consider, it is increased by 10. So 50 minus 40 divided by, with respect to 1999 you have to calculate, 1999 data is 40, so which is equal to 10 by 40, which is equal to 1 by 4, which is equal to 1 by 4. Next, 2001 we should not consider, directly you go for 2002, 2002. So 2002, how much it is increased? So 2002, see here, 120 minus 40 divided by 40, divided by 40. So this is 80 by 40, that is 2 by 1, that is 2 by 1. Next, 2003 we should not consider, we have to go for 2004, 2004. So 2004, how much it is increased? See here, 120 minus 100 divided by 120, so which is equal to 20 by 120, so which is equal to 1 by 6. 2 6 are 12, so 1 by 6. Now 2005 data you take, 2005 data you take. So 2005, so 120 to 130, so 10 is increased. So 130 minus 120 divided by 120, so which is equal to 10 by 120, which is equal to 1 by 12. Next, you take 2006. So 2006 if you consider, so 140 minus 130, 140 minus 130 divided by 130, so which is equal to 10 by 130, which is equal to 1 by 13, which is equal to 1 by 30. See here, 1 by 4 it is 25%, 2 by 1 100%, 1 by 6 16.66, 1 by 12 half of that one, and 1 by 13 much more lesser than 1 by 12. So 1 by 12 and 1 by 13, 1 by 13 is the lesser one, because numerators are same, denominator is decreased. If that is the case, then the resultant value will be lesser. So 1 by 13 is lesser, 1 by 13 represents 2006, and they are asking which was the least. So the least is 2006, therefore option C is the right answer. Okay, so 1 by 13 is the least value which belongs to 2006, so option C is the right answer. Only to represent and to explain it took time, but actually speaking it doesn't take that much time. It is very easy to solve. All the fractions are very simple to compare, so it is an very good problem for you people to get good marks. Okay, so option C is the right answer for the problem number 4. Let's go to the next problem, problem number 5. If the production in 1998 was 10,000 units, how much is the production in 2002 they are asking. See here, in 1999, so 40% is increased. Okay, in 2000, 50% is increased. 2001, 40% is increased. 2002, 120% is increased. Okay, so 1998 if you consider, 1998, it is 10,000. So 1999 plus 40% increase. So 40% of 10,000 plus 10,000 plus 10,000. So 40% of 10,000 is how much? That is 4,000 plus 10,000. So altogether you are going to get 14,000. So in the 1999, okay, the production was 14,000. Next, in the year 2000, it is increased by 50%. It is increased by 50%. Means what? 50% of previous year data. Previous year data is 1999. So 50% of 14,000 plus 14,000 you have to calculate. See, very simple to calculate. 50% means half. So 7,000 plus 14,000 So altogether you are going to get 21,000. Altogether you are going to get 21,000. Next you go for 2001. So 2001 it is 40% increased. So 2001 it is 40% increased. So 40% increased means again 40% of 21,000, 40% of 21,000 plus 21,000 you do. So 40% of 21,000, how you solve? 10% into 4. 10% means 2,100, 4% means 8,400, 40% means 8,400 plus 21,000, 21,000. So which is equal to 29,400, 29,400. Next 2002, 2002, it is 120% increased. See the data 2002, it is increased by 120%. Means what? 120% of 29,400 plus 29,400. So 120% it is increased. 120% means what? See here, 120% means 100% plus 20%. So 120%. Now how much is the 100%? 100% means it is 29,400 plus 20% you have to calculate. 20% means 10% plus 10%. So 10% is 2,940. Next one more 10% is 2,940. So altogether how much you are going to get? 8, 9 and 18 plus 4, 22. 2 carry over 11 plus 4, 15. Again 1 carry over 35,280. So 35,280. So which is equal to 35,280 plus 29,400. 29,400. So altogether you are going to get 80. 4 plus 2 6, 9 plus 5 14, and next 64,680 is the answer. Very simple thing. 40% is increased. So previous 10,000 plus 40% of 10,000, altogether 14,000. Next 50% of 14,000 plus previous year 14,000, 21,000. Like that, if you calculate, you are going to get 64,680 units. That is option B. That is option B. Option B is the right answer. Only thing is you should be fast in calculating the percentage values. Okay, so 64,680 is the right answer.